Welcome to this week's edition of SKNS Week in Review, where we recap major government released activities for the past week. I am your presenter, Raheem Berry. Highlights for the week of January 1st to 7th of 2021 includes additional traffic lights in Bastille, new variant of SARS-CoV-2, Prime Minister praises Explorers program. The Ministry of Public Infrastructure announced on Monday, January 5th, 2021, that it has commenced installing traffic lights to downtown Bastille as a means of improving road and pedestrian safety and bettering the flow of traffic in general. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Utilities, Post, and Urban Development, Daryl Lloyd, said during an exclusive interview with SKNS on January 6 that this project is intended to provide better road signs for pedestrians and drivers so that we can have a safety in the road. The Public Works Department has identified several areas where these new traffic lights will be installed. These areas are the junction of Wellington Road and Dixon Street, the intersection of College Street and Keon Street, and the intersection of College Street and the Bay Road. Also, 4 areas along the Bay Road have been identified. These areas are Port Zante West Roundabout, Port Zante East Roundabout, at the bottom of Sandown Road, and the intersection in Boardrock Road. The project is expected to be completed at the end of March 2021. The contractor for this project is Synergy Engineering Limited. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws, during the January 6 National Emergency Operations Center COVID-19 press briefing, said that there is a new variant strain of the SARS-CoV-2 found in South Africa and Nigeria, and a new variant spreading across most of England.
The science seems to suggest that these 3 strains of the SARS-CoV-2 virus are different. And so the scientists seems to have done quite a bit of work on the new variant that's circulating in the United Kingdom.
The Chief Medical Officer said that as a result of this, returning nationals from the UK must be quarantined for 2 weeks quarantine period. They will have a requisite RT-PCR test done, and once it is negative, they will be able to reintegrate into society. The St. Kitts and Nevis' family counselors, who are now piloting a United States Agency for International Development USAID-funded program called Family Matters, says that an essential quality for successful interventions by social workers is confidentiality.
We are sticklers for confidentiality.
Yes.
When we go into the home as well, we make sure we stress confidentiality. We make sure that, listen, whatever is said here stays here. And so I just want to make sure listeners know why we get all excited and they're probably saying, wow, is that your business, it's not going to be heard. And as a matter of fact, we never had any reports of any of our families saying they heard their information outside on the road and they want to know what's going on. No. We make sure at the end of the day that their business is safe with us.
Family counselor Alicia Collins added that a survey of participants found that the counselors receive exceptional grades in being trustworthy. She said that this has made their work easier as they strive to make a positive impact on family caregivers and the youth. Still on Working for You, officials from the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis' counseling unit says despite the extreme challenges which befalls family counseling, the unit still remains a success during the radio and television show Working for You on January 6. The counseling unit is piloting the Families Matter program, FMP, which is an evidence-based parenting-focused intervention program funded by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. This program has been adapted and implemented in countries throughout the world and is designed to promote positive parenting and improve parent-child communication.
Our first year was the most challenging year because it was a new approach. No service provider was entering into any home. We usually would work in a community center, a community setting, a school, but we were asking families to allow us into their space.
Right.
The director of the counseling unit, Michelle Delacroix Blake, said that the training received from the USAID allowed the staff to change their perspectives on the challenges and take steps in the right direction towards achieving their overall goal of reducing risk factors within the family so as to better protect children. She explained that these successes were a direct result of implementing the Families Matter program. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris says he continues to be amazed by the growth of the Explorers Youth Clubs program and the kind of positive impact it is having on hundreds of young persons who are now active members of the youth group. In his address at the opening ceremony of the $2.47 million Explorers Youth Club's headquarters at Phillips Village on Thursday, December 31st, Prime Minister Harris said that it is an amazing feat when more than 1,200 children are being exposed to structured programs that are rendered as part of the Explorers program.
The Explorers initiative came on board as part of an added value that we could bring to the fight to contain crime in our country and to eradicate the involvement of juveniles in criminal activities through constructive after-school engagement, mentorship, and outreach. This is a legacy initiative that generations after us will speak to as being an important stabilizer of our society and contributing to the advancement of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Prime Minister Harris, who is also the Minister of National Security, acknowledged the officers who are a part of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force community policing team for their yeoman service to the young people of the Federation. This concludes SKNS Week in Review. See you next week.